way to the edge, it could just repaint the field so that the bits that I don't end up ploughing, I just end up with let's flip it. Bits I don't end up ploughing, I just, where it's white, I just paint it green and everything works out fine. That's the thought anyway. All right. That way. To about there. That seems to have worked okay. And lift that up. Maybe kind of close enough. Let's get that flipped over there. Good. And that's close enough. Bingo. Okay, run up to the top. How are we doing? 10:56. How's the harvester? Already 95%. Gee, that's kind of amazing. Okay, I think this corner's okay. That corner over there is bad. Oh, hello. The person who won't follow the rules. Okay. I'll worry about you in a minute. Okay. We'll call that good. I think that over. Fold it up. Good. Pick this up here. Not going to do this now. Turn that off. You need to go find a harvester to empty. Probably behind you. Oh, hi. And while that's doing that, I can now deal with and say goodbye to the banhammer. Bye-bye. Okay, back to the game. Are we emptied? Yes, we are. Oh, hang on. You, stop. Extend the pipe. I'm hoping... Yeah, he's only got 900 litres there. That's less than will fit in here. Good. It's 11:04, so rain is... Yeah. Windshield wipers already started, so we will run over here. We'll empty this into the truck. I don't know if this entire load will fit into the truck. That's a little bit of the problem I have here. If we can empty it before the rain starts, that's fine. So what vehicles have I got doing things? Well, we can see. the S7 I didn't turn the engine off. We'll jump over to that while this is emptying. Hold that. And actually, we're getting good yield out of this. Hold that up. Back it up a little bit. And turn it off. Okay. Back we go to here. That's full. 17,000 litres. Let's see if we can get the entirety of this emptied. Please be the entirety of this to be emptied. Ooh, this is looking close. It's going to be 100 litres, isn't it? 200 litres. And a little bit more. There we go. So I can now fold that pipe. And we don't care about that. Cover's on, so the corn doesn't get any wetter. Back truck, the 8R, I didn't turn the engine off. It's okay. I can take care of that. I should also stop the mulcher from mulching. Oh, it's a 6R155. Yeah. Okay, you should stop. Stop is that button there. Thank you. You don't need your engine on. Switch to the front bay and unload that. Now the reason the canvas disappears here is because I'm under the load thing. And as soon as I pull forwards, it will reassert itself. And again at the back here. That. But there's nothing to stop you tipping this with the canvas covers up. And the last one. And I'll take the truck back to the loading point again. Or will I? Actually, you know what? It's raining. There are other things we can do here. No. That one. Let's get the truck off. Yes. Then, and I can always take some time to put the lime away. So we're done needing that. Push that up. Pull forward and cut in without taking the wall out. No, we have none of that. Yes, we have lots of that. Go. Okay, 6R155 still has its engine on. Yes, you do. But need your engine. Actually, 6R185. Hey, you could do with a service and a thing. You know what? We might do that if I remember. So, I'll take some milk to town because that's a good start. Truck really doesn't like it when you turn on grass. Okay, and the other things we can check are oh, jobs, no. This. We have no methane, we have no silage or slurry. That's still not quite 2/3 yet. So, yeah, don't have any of that to pull. Rainstorm is definitely till 1 o'clock, so not doing any field work until 1. In the meantime, let's get the truck to town. This is probably the least painful of all the, all the jobs that we have to do. We can just drive on the road, everything's fine. We got $500,000 money. It's kind of awesome. Could check to see what's up for sale at the store. And not like we're short of cash for a while. And then what? Well, we might end up with skipping time or fast winding time so we can get to the end of the rainstorm. But while the rain's raining, yeah, I've got an hour and a half still to kill before it clears up and we can continue the harvest. So yeah, crop rotation, you plan your rotation and it will tell you what your, I'm guessing, adjusted yield is. And then doing the precision farming stuff will, okay, brake sucked. So yeah, you can still improve things with nitrogen and fertilizer and all of that sort of thing. Nitrogen and fertilizer, pH and fertilizer. So yeah, it's not a bad thing. But it does make a progressive difference. If you grow corn and then you grow corn and then you grow prawn, your base yield is down 70% and getting worse. So you really you need to consider fallow fields or planting alternate crops to regenerate the soil. I think this is the dairy, yes, because there's a milk bottle stuck out top. So let's make some money. And not bad. Dang, we're only halfway empty. Is this about 40,000? Yeah. Yes, it is. 40,000. Not bad. I approve. Now, I'm going to look at the store. There's a Zeta. There's a front loader. There's a cultivator. There's a square baler. And there's a potato planter. Not interested in any of those. Now go out the inn. And we take the tanker back to the yard. We'll hitch back up on the farm implements. Ooh. Yeah, dude. watched someone who's doing a sort of cars to buy report. He was mentioning that a lot of people are looking at cars from the late 90s to around 2008. And part of the reason is vehicles in that range are fairly modern, so fairly fuel efficient, etc., and still cheap to repair because they have switches and dials and just analog stuff. There's not a lot of digital on them. And so, if the switch for your air conditioner breaks, you can go out, spend $10, buy a switch, and pretty much fit it yourself, and your air conditioning will work. Or you can turn your air conditioning on and off. If your air conditioning is broken, it's going to cost you a fortune to fix. But in general, car repairs are cheaper when it comes to the instrument clusters. The speedometer stops working. I've had that in one of my vehicles. Was the speedometer failed. This was back in 1993, but it was a BMW motorcycle, and the problem there is it was the electronic board that was failing, not the speedometer. So I had to get the instrument cluster control board replaced, which wasn't cheap. And that's the problem with modern cars, especially since it's not even an analog cluster of dials that you're looking at. It's electronic. If that screen fails, you are probably looking at $3,000 to replace the computer that runs your instrument cluster. The big panel in the middle that controls the radio and the AC and everything else, you're looking at another $3,000 to replace that if any of it breaks. And while it's broken, you can't use your GPS, you can't use your radio, you can't use your air conditioning. It's a complete mess. And so cars in this era, one, the electronics aren't necessarily reliable, and two, they cost an arm and a leg to fix, which means your insurance is more expensive if, just to cover if the car's involved in an accident, there is so much electronics that is probably going to need to be replaced just so the car can go places. So the general thing was go with a Honda Civic or a Toyota Altima, because they are very reliable vehicles of that time. Or repair. Yes. Little 6R. Oh, you're not as broken as I thought you were. Still repair you. You're the culprit. For trucks, they recommended Chevy, so long as it doesn't have the stupid gizmo that turns off half the engine when you're cruising on the highway, because that causes the engine to break. Don't get anything with sort of an engine shutdown function. Don't buy anything that has the stop start, where you're at traffic signals, you're not moving, I'll just turn the engine off for you, because that causes additional wear and tear on the engine. And just go with it. Just go for something cheap. So the Chevy or GMC truck was a good thing. And then the other one was the Crown Vic Mercury Marquis Lincoln Town Car, because they were frequently fleet vehicles, and so police taxis used them, and so they were extremely common. They're still fairly common as the taxi companies and the police districts sell them, such that spare parts are common and easy to find. And if worst comes to the worst, you go down to a scrapyard and take a switch out of one to replace your broken switch. And so it's I'm gonna put this in here. Actually, I'm going to over there. Okay. But yeah, if you want a big car, then those are the sorts of vehicles you to consider, because they're going to be cheaper to repair in the long term. The problem I have, my Saab is 2008, 2009, so technically falls into the range you want to consider, but the problem with it is because it's a luxury sedan, it does have a lot of computer systems on it. One I know that doesn't work is the thing that lets you, the Bluetooth computer on it. So I can connect my my phone to the car, but when I turn the engine off, it forgets my phone and I have to reconnect it. And it will cost me about $1,500 to replace that computer. Not going to do it. Not worth it. It's canola, long grain rice, rancid radish grass. Okay. Turn that off. That's there, you're good. Next, I've probably gone past it. I want that. But outside of that, the car works. So the fact that I can't Bluetooth my phone into the car, I don't really care. I'm not spending $1,500 just so I can connect my phone to my car. But over time, other computer systems fail. There's a lot of electronics in that car. I am going to end up with a critical system failing, and your air conditioner's not going to work anymore. It's going to cost you $2,000 to fix the control system. It's like, yeah, okay, I'm done with this. If I bought a more analog vehicle like a Toyota or a Honda, I would never have those sorts of problems. If the air conditioning failed, it would be an expense. We did have a van once that the air conditioning was broken, and we bought it broken, and we knew, and we didn't care, except we were just starting to foster, and first foster kids we had, one of the children was Farscape peacekeeper, couldn't control her internal temperature, so on a hot 80-degree sunny day, she looked terrible because of the effects of heat on her. So that immediately made the decision, we need to replace this van, because while it's okay for us, it's not okay for our foster child. And, So we ended up getting a newer van with a working air conditioner. But otherwise, there, you know, apart from bits of door panel falling off, the van was actually okay. You know, it went from point A to point B. We have postage. Don't open the door. It's the other one. Okay. I will. Obviously, it's still raining because the windshield wipers are still going. But the rain does let me practice my front loader skills. Though these are not stacking up straight against the wall. They would if I crab steered in. Okay. There. And the last one. Oh, it actually has a windshield wiper on top. I did not know that.